Hi, welcome to our end of month review for the month of May, where we take K-pop comebacks and or debuts and rank them using my super fancy tier ranking system, though we kind of threw that out the window recently. Don't tell anyone. That was so stupid. I don't know why I said it. Moving on. Funky transition. We just had the intro. There's no room for a funky transition right now. But yeah. But on that note, let's just go through the tiers really quickly so that you can know what I'm talking about, what I'm referencing. So at the top, we have Big Booty Bop for songs that are just love at first sight. Now, I do want to remind everyone that my playlists are usually so short. They're usually like 5 songs long. So don't take it personally if I listen to 100 songs and I don't download every single one of them. Your faves are still super talented. Cup of Milk is second on our list. These are for songs that I like enough to listen to, but just not like incessantly listen to. They have a shorter shelf life. That's it. Second gen vibes are for songs that I would probably casually listen to. If they randomly started playing on a playlist, I wouldn't skip them. Then we have the skip tier for songs that I just would skip. These can be songs that are like they're like, objectively fine. There's nothing that I would really change about them. They're just not super my thing. Then we have YG's Dungeon. This is for songs that I would genuinely change something about. There's something a little off about it. Maybe I would change the chorus, I would change this, I would change that. YG's Dungeon. We need to let it simmer a little bit more. And then we have K-pop Hell for songs that just sticker level. So those are the tiers. We might even add a rainy day tier for songs that, I like the idea of them, just not for right now, but I think in the future it could really grow on me. So those are our tiers, and without further ado, let's get into our rankings. Someone literally commented, the comment was so wild because it was like, well, this seems like it's your pick. Yes, there's nothing objective about any of this. This is literally a ranking on whether or not I would listen to a song. Moving on. Okay, so we're going to check out a release that I missed from last month because so many of you guys are commenting about it. Solar's But I and Colors. Which caused me a little bit of confusion, to be honest, because when I was on TikTok, I kept hearing her song. I kept hearing her song everywhere. So then when I missed it last month, I decided to check it out. So I'm like, okay, what's the title track? But I. Okay, I go into But I. And I'm like, okay, so we have some ballad vibes. Maybe we're doing like a roller coaster type song. Fair enough. But then it just really wasn't what I thought it was. Because I read somewhere that she was proud of doing voguing throughout the entirety of a song. And like the vibes are just so different. I'm like, this has to be wrong. So it turns out the song I was thinking of was Colors. But let's talk about But I for a second. So But I. We're met with some symbolism immediately in the music video with Solar driving. I was like riding a horse with the casket being dragged behind her. So as we cut to another scene, she's actually being dragged behind herself. And then in another cut, there's a mirror being dragged behind her. So I think there's a lot of meanings to that as she sings about a breakup, and then it ties into the song's title. Everybody thinks I was happy, but I. Now I did originally talk about maybe this is a roller coaster type song because I was expecting some voguing, but it did end up being a roller coaster type song because the chorus does end up being quite a bit more upbeat than I thought it would be. And I definitely appreciated the vibe for sure. I think she evoked the rock nature of the song super well, the tone of her voice, everything, while also being quite versatile because I think the song sweetens up in a few parts of it. So personally, I like the melody of the chorus, and I would have liked this song if it followed that more closely. So personally, I'm going to put it into YG's Dungeon just because if the song was a little bit more uniform, I personally would like it more. I would just change a few things, but it is a nice song regardless. I think I prefer Colors, however.
I want a black and white one and a pink.
I mean, in terms of popularity, I feel like Colors was really up there. If you went on TikTok, I really wasn't hearing but I was definitely, I see what I did there, but I was definitely hearing Colors, right? It's just a fun track that makes you want to dance, that talks about wanting everything, super relatable. So I would put this one in second gen vibes. So in the last video that I did like this, I don't know if you remember, but I was trashing companies for making performance videos instead of music videos. Because in my opinion, you could just add some face shots and then you have a music video and then fans can have something specific to stream, right? Rather than a performance video. I mean, you can make performance videos go a long way, but don't you prefer having a music video? So just literally add a couple face shots and it's a music video. Like this performance video for Colors, which I think deserved a music video, was so close to a music video down to even the changing of sets. I believe they changed sets, right? Just add a couple face shots and then it's a music video, right? Anyways, I digress. You can let me know what you think of that specifically. Next up, we have WOOAH's Secret Princess. Now, I wasn't sure if this was an ad. I don't know what Secret Juju is, but I thought, hey, let's look at it. I haven't heard about WOOAH in a while. Immediately, the vibe was so cute and I was pretty excited because I do generally love cute concepts in K-pop, and we don't get to see them super often anymore. Everything was pink and the first lyric was tugun tugun. Again, I don't know what Secret Juju is, but at the very least, Juju is a cute word that I don't mind hearing repeated throughout the entirety of the song. Which, on the note, I don't know how to describe the song. Maybe majestic? Let's give it a little listen just to refresh my memory here. I'm gonna put it in second gen vibes because I think it's just cute. Let's check out Im Young-un's Warmth next. So I've definitely heard that name before, but I don't think I've ever heard a song from him in the past. I've seen this person win awards. I've seen this person's name everywhere, like I said, but I've never actually sat down and listened to him. And I've seen the jokes about like how idols are like shaking in their seats when he has a comeback. So what a better time to check him out than now. So I remember when I used to watch Eat Your Kimchi and they lived in Korea, they would talk about how like the K-pop songs that were popular to international K-pop stans were different from the songs that were playing on the streets in Korea. Because I remember one year, this group that international stans had never heard about won like Song of the Year or Group of the Year or something. And international stans were like, in what world? Like, how did they win? Like, I've never heard this song before. I've never heard of this group before. And they were like, but no, we hear this song all the time when we're walking around, when we're in a store. It's super popular here, so it makes sense that it won. So I'm wondering if Im Young-un is kind of that case as well. So actually, the first note on the piano reminded me of the song, You Had a Bad Day, You're Taking One Down, You Sing a Sad Song. Who sings that? But the first note, let me show you. Im Young-un's Warmth. Doom, 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 doom. Where's the moment you need it the most? The rest of the song sounds so different. Very, very, very different because it's a ballad, which is actually what I was expecting from him. I was expecting ballads. I had never heard his songs before, but I was expecting ballads. So for me, it takes a while to warm up to ballads. I'm just not immediately like super drawn to them. Like I don't often have ballads on my playlist. So for me, I'm going to skip. Of course, beautiful voice, but I'm just personally going to skip. Next up, we have BM with Nectar featuring Jay Park. So I had heard some snippets on TikTok before listening to the whole song, and I had a feeling that I could enjoy the song based on the instrumental. It seems up my alley, right? Now I just have Juju in my head. Juju. So actually there's another song called Nectar that was released not too long ago by the boys, and I just thought of it because it's of course the title, but the songs are so different in their meanings as well, and I thought that was funny too. Like the boys song is like sweet like nectar, like bright and fluffy, and then BM's song is like very sultry, like let me taste your nectar. But I digress. I don't feel super drawn towards this song, but again, like I feel like the instrumental is super up my alley. So I'm gonna put this one in a rainy day because it's not for me for now, but I think in the future it really could be. So maybe in a month or so, I'll keep you updated, okay? Triple S is up next with Girls Never Die. I'm not sure if like I just heard this a few times on TikTok or something, but the first time I heard it, it sounded super familiar and I can't quite put my finger on it. Or maybe this is just like their signature sound. That's a possibility too, right? But it definitely evokes the colors of the music video, like a dark city night. And I enjoyed it. And actually my critiques from previous Triple S songs is that there's just a little bit too much going on. What seemed to me kind of like a mismatch of sounds, and they do maintain a little bit of that chaos, but it felt nice to my ear is what I'm trying to say. So it's quite like an anthem-like song, which I appreciated. So I'm actually going to put this one in Cup of Milk. aespa had 2 releases this month, so let's start with Supernova.
Supernova.
So this is one of their 2 title tracks, and it's quite something. I actually did a channel member Patreon reaction for both title tracks, and for Supernova I didn't like it. Like, the music video was quirky and everything, but for the sound I was just like, but I did say that I think it could grow on me, that I think, you know, eventually I would end up liking it. And it grew on me so fast. Like, immediately after I filmed that, I was streaming the song already. Like, true definition of an earworm. And it's super addictive, especially that dance part. You know which one. It is so much fun. What a song. I really wish that they had released Armageddon a little bit later. Like, waited a bit longer between Supernova and Armageddon to let the song simmer a little bit more, to let the song shine on its own. Because I saw this TikTok that someone said, like, they didn't even let her simmer. No, Supernova didn't stand a chance to get ended by Armageddon. I really wish they would have just waited a little bit longer, because I feel like we could have lived off the hype of Supernova for just a little bit longer. I also love the lyrics, bring the light of a dying star. I don't know what a dying star does. Is it like extra bright because it's dying, or is it less bright because it is dying? I don't know. Either way, it does sound super poetic. From the sound, the choreography, I think it's honestly a really solid comeback. I was just unsure at first. The music video reminds me of Spicy mixed with drama, and then the sound is like pure SM, but like girly SM with some second gen vibes, but that's not where we're gonna put it. We're actually going to put it into Grower. As for Armageddon, I love the concept, the visuals, just like the whole look of it is so beautiful. It's perfect. And the song is nice too. I'm just not super drawn to it. Like, I don't mind listening to it on TikTok and then like it's nice. I don't know if it's necessarily like another instance like Supernova where it'll end up growing on me eventually, because it has been, I think, a couple of days and it hasn't super grown on me, but you never know. You never know. You can't write it off. I'm just not into it right now. Personally, I would skip it for now. But I did really appreciate the play on words, like Armageddon versus Armageddon, but I'm a little confused and we need to talk about it because everyone's saying, oh, it's so clever, Armageddon done. And then that's a play on words with Armageddon. But isn't Armageddon just already a play on words with Armageddon? The done part is like adding on to Armageddon that's not there. It would be like Armageddon done. Armageddon. Armageddon. Armageddon done. You know what I mean? Are we just... We need to talk about this. We need to clarify, because the done part isn't part of the play on words. But everyone's saying that it is. But it's not. It's not Armageddon. It's Armageddon. 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 Armageddon? Armageddon? Whole vote in the comments. That's all I have to say. Moving on to Zerobaseone's Feel the Pop release, which was probably the emo song Ricky was talking about. I don't know if you guys saw, like, it was Ricky, and I'm sorry I don't know the other member's name, who was on a show with some kids, and they were like, oh, I think you make emo music. He's like, you know what, Zerobaseone does. I thought that was really funny, because this man is out here looking emo as hell, and and yet the music is quite poppy, literally in the title, Feel the Pop. I mean, to their credit, there was definitely some Walking Dead vibes in the music video. So I think we're just not understanding his vision, because everyone was like, Ricky, where? But it is kind of a little dystopian, actually. So it's like hyper pop Walking Dead cowboys. That was the vibe I was getting from the music video. But the instrumentals, I mean, the instrumentals are really fluffy and hyper poppy, which I do tend to enjoy. It's quite brain tickling. I just couldn't really get behind this song. Pop, pop, pop. Pop and crazy. Personally, I am going to skip it, but it could eventually grow on me because I do really like the brain tickling instrumentals. At one point though, I did think it was an ad for a zero sugar pop drink, though in the end everything did remain unbranded. I did enjoy like the almost butt dance. It's just an almost butt dance. You get what I mean. Pop, pop, pop. Accendio is next.
Watch me, don't touch me. Love me, don't hurt me.
And I thought it was such a cute music video. I love pools, first of all, so I'm already sold on that part. But most notably, seeing the teaser pictures come to life in the music video, I find is a little rare because you'll get concept pictures and then you never see them again in anything. But to see the teaser pictures in the music video, I think is so fun. And honestly, this concept deserved so much more hype. It's like quirky, kind of Sailor Moon-esque magical concept, and it deserved so much more. I described it in my notes as a nonchalant majestic because they were acting so nonchalant about it, which I really appreciated in terms of the vibe. Like, they get a random receipt saying, if you protect this magic wand until 12 a.m., you will gain this magic force. Like, it felt unserious. And then we got to see Evil Eye, or that's what I'm interpreting it as. But there was just really nothing that made me want to download the song. In fact, I just didn't love the whole touch me, don't touch me part. I would have loved if the song just fed off of the pure majestic vibes after that part. Like, if it was just all like that instead of the touch me, don't touch me. Like, I would have omitted that maybe. So I'm gonna put this song into YG's Dungeon. I would have just changed a couple things because honestly, like, the styling, I saw their accessories and everything, and it was so cute, and I think it just deserved so much more. Next up, we have XG's Woke Up.
Woke up looking like this, so don't get under my skin. Woke up looking like this.
I'm not gonna lie, when I heard the title was gonna be called Woke Up, I did not think anything about actually waking up from sleep. I thought they were like talking about like woke culture, like being woke, like they woke up. I don't know why. It makes zero sense now that I heard the song like woke up looking like this. Now, don't get me wrong, in no world did I think they were actually going to talk anything political. But you know how songs can be sometimes, or like where the title is one thing and like they make no mention of it ever again. But I really thought it was like woke up, like they're woke up. I swear to God, it was such a shock to me. Physically being awake did not cross my mind here. But I digress. I actually really enjoyed this song. As always, I feel like the visuals, the concepts are always super unique. And I just love the feel of the song. Like, woke up looking like this, so don't get under my skin. Like, it's a threat. And the beginning instrumental that we do hear throughout the song is so cool. I typically don't gravitate to super rap heavy songs, but I do love this one. So we're going to put this into Big Booty Bop. Why not? Big Booty Bop. Woke up looking like this, so don't get under my skin. Last month, we talked about Newjeans Bubblegum, which I initially said I wasn't super into, but that I knew it would go. I mean, it did. Now, for How Sweet, I feel similar to it, but like if we're going to rank them, it's definitely Bubblegum and How Sweet.
And don't you know how sweet it tastes? How sweet it tastes.
I do listen to How Sweet, but if there was a battle, Bubblegum would win by a landslide. Because at first, similarly like Bubblegum, How Sweet didn't necessarily blow me away, but it has like that Newjeans vibe that I absolutely love. So I'm literally Newjeans trash. I'm going to listen to it. I think that's the beauty of Newjeans releases, is that they grow on me over time. And I actually heard someone in my comments, I read a comment that said, How Sweet is basically ETA, but slowed down. And I really hear that. Now, don't you know how sweet it tastes? What's your ETA? What's your ETA? It's just overall a soft song about how sweet it tastes without your previous love interest. And my favorite part is actually the toxic lover, you know better, you little devil, it must so reline. That's my favorite part. I wish it was repeated maybe like one more time in the song, but it's definitely Cup of Milk. Next up, we have Soojin's comeback with Mona Lisa.
I'm your Mona
I absolutely loved the teaser of the song because, again, those like brain-tingling hyperpop elements I tend to really like. But I have to admit, when I did hear the entirety of the song, there were like a couple parts that like slowed down a little too much. So I did end up being underwhelmed a bit, but not underwhelmed enough to not want to stream the song at all. So I was just expecting a little bit more oomph, if that makes sense, but otherwise it's still a nice song. It's just, again, those parts that slow down a little bit that aren't my favorite, but the other parts make up for it. So for this one, I'm going to put it in Cup of Milk. B.I.'s Tasty is next. So this is a really fun song that's reminiscent of, I always try to describe these types of songs and all I can say is that it's reminiscent of an ice cream truck song. But what is an ice cream truck song? Like what, at its core, what is it? What am I describing here? Anthem-like, that's kind of childlike. I'm not sure how to explain it, but it is super catchy and really easy to get stuck in your head. So my personal critique is just that I would have liked a little bit more within the chorus, but then also thinking about it, that's kind of the beauty of the song, that it's quite minimalistic. So who am I to change that? Anyways, but I do have to highlight these lyrics that I loved. You should be with me. He a bum bum. Beautiful. Let's move on to MCND's X10. I get the title is X10 and it makes sounds to count within the song, like it fits, but I didn't personally love the counting. However, some of the instrumental kind of reminded me of a Kiss of Life song, like the to the left, to the right. Wait, what's it called? X10 MCND. Let's see if I can find it really quickly. All right. Da-na-na-na-na. It has a Western vibe to it, but again, just kind of like the counting. Like I get like maybe in the verses counting a little bit, but just to make it like a focal point in the chorus wasn't my favorite thing. So I'm gonna put this into YG's Dungeon because I would change a couple things about it. Moving on to Treasure's King Kong. A song that talks about a love so big and strong like King Kong. That rhymed. I wasn't a fan of the verses, but the chorus was really fun, especially paired with the choreography that were just like these big movements that were kind of animalistic, kind of reminiscent of a monkey, which literally fits in the title with King Kong. But again, it's just not my thing, not something I would listen to, so I would skip it. Oneus came out with a digital single called Now. So this is actually a remake of Finkel's Now, which is why it's so retro sounding. I'll be honest, when I was listening to the verses, I was like, I don't really care for it. But then the chorus came and made things super, super fun. Now, I have not heard the original song and I don't know the original song, so I can't really comment on Oneus's, interpretation of it by any means. On its own, I don't think I would reach for it. Like, I just only like the chorus. That's all I like about the song. So maybe YG's Dungeon as well, just to make the whole song fun and retro as well. But then again, like, is that on Oneus or is it on Finkel? There is, however, a voice in this song that sounds like Mingi from Ateez. I think it's near the end. Oneus Now. It's like they're like saying WOOAH. Whoa. Doesn't that sound like Mingi from Ateez? I feel like I've said that before. Like, oh, there's a guy in here who sounds like Mingi. Moving on to RM's Lost. Right off the bat, it's super unique and odd. I mean, the music video, right? We have like two 70s era TV presenters speaking in English and Korean, and the way they're speaking is odd because their intonation is purposely off. Like near the end of the music video, one of the TV presenters is like, and here we had RM. I found it to be like off-putting in a good way, and just everything being like upside down or like oddly placed. Like even in their cups, I was reading it as 안 남해준, but then I think it's supposed to be 안에 남준, but it's like sideways and like weirdly placed, and it fits into like this whole message of the song, which according to Soompi is an alternative pop song about those who cannot find answers and are lost because of contradictory feelings. The song expresses that even such situations might be okay when with friends. So the music video does like portray this quite well because they're in these weird office spaces and they have exit signs that are all messed up to places that have no exits, and they're trying to find their way out. So the concept reminded me a bit of the show Severance, just like this creepy office feeling and trying to escape from the office. Really interesting show, by the way. The sound, however, just not my cup of tea, but as always, I appreciate the artistry, so I'm gonna skip this one. I feel like 17 had a bunch of releases, but let's start with Spell. So this is the performance unit. So we have Jun, Hoshi, the 8, and Dino. So according to Soompi, this is Amapiano and has dreamy synths. I definitely agree that it's quite dreamy, and it also feels just like a very summer night. I enjoyed this song, so I'm gonna put it into second gen vibes. It might end up on my playlist. I feel similarly for Lalali. Nice rap, but I love the chorus instrumental. It's another song I'm gonna put into second gen vibes, but could also grow on me. It reminded me of their song Fire, actually, just a little bit. Now we have Itzy's Japanese release, Algorithm. So oddly enough, as we get into the chorus, I keep thinking that it sounds a little like it's going into the Feels by Twice. I got the feels for you, yeah. Algorithm. Let me show you. That literally sounds like Mina, doesn't it? Cause an intent from head to toe. I got the feels for you. I got the feels for you, yeah. Do you hear it? Do you hear my vision? Anyways, it's not important right now. So this is another song that does like a play on words. So algorithm, I go in my rhythm. Again, just not really my thing, though the dance break instrumental was super fun. However, for the entirety of the song, I think I'm gonna skip it. Ateez, who always come back at the damn end of the month, like the end of the month. But let's check out Work. Gotta make that money make first. So I'm gonna be so honest with you guys. As of filming right now, I haven't heard this song. This song is not out yet. We're literally the 29th, okay? But I've prepared for every single potential scenario of if I like the song, if I don't like the song, or if I'm feeling neutral about it. So it's just not my cup of tea. Skip. Oh my god, song of the year material. Let's put it in Big Booty Bop. It might grow on me, so let's save it for a rainy day. The truth is I'm in love with the teaser already, and the music video seems so quirky and fun. Like we just have Jongho like buried in the ground, and then he's randomly playing a flute. I think he plays those types of roles so well, where he seems so dead serious, but that dead seriousness really helps with the comedic aspect of everything, or helps lighten the mood. So if we remember from Bouncy, he's about to shoot a gun, but then he looks towards the camera and starts mouthing the lyrics. I thought that was such a fun and like memorable part of the music video. And then again in here where he's like playing the flute while buried, you know, a situation that would otherwise be stressful but is made fun. So unless the song is so vastly different from the teasers, then I really do think I'm gonna like it. I mean, I'm also allegedly an Ateez, so gotta work. Okay, so that is basically it for the review portion of this video. Now we're gonna move on to songs that I've been loving this month, whether or not they came out this month. So what is it called? Receiptify. I'm gonna show you my top 10 songs. Oh, okay. Let me download right away. We have Watati by Carol G and Aldo Ranks. This is from the Barbie soundtrack. I was just in such a Barbie soundtrack mood. So I was listening to 50/50. I was listening to Charlie XCX. I just came across like the playlist, well, the album for the Barbie soundtrack. And I just clicked on it and it ended up being so good. I don't remember where this was in the Barbie movie, but anyways. Oh, then we have Broke My Heart by Kino featuring Lay Banks, Mona Lisa by Soojin, 360 by Charlie XCX. One of her songs, what was it called? Was it also on the Barbie soundtrack? Charlie XCX. Come on, what was this? It was on the Barbie soundtrack. Speed Drive. Oh my god, I loved Speed Drive. And 360 is really good too. So damn short though. It's like 2 minutes long. Well, Speed Drive is literally 1 minute and 57 seconds long, so. Yeah, 360. There's a part of the song where she goes, I swear to God. So the lyrics are, I'm so Julia, like Julia Fox. But I swear I thought she was saying, I'm socially like trying to say I'm socially awkward, but she couldn't finish. Like, I'm socially but like do you know what that doesn't sound like I'm so Julia. Anyways, okay, then we have Supernova by aespa, One Spark by Twice. I was in such a Twice mood. I was just listening to everything and anything Twice. Touchy Subject by PHPRC, new release. How Sweet by Newjeans and Bubblegum by Newjeans. So those are my top 10 songs of the month. Feel free to let me know your top 10 songs of the month as well, or overall what your favorite and least favorite releases are for the month of May. So that is basically it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. These are the lovely individuals who help support my channel on a monthly basis. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. As for me, I'm gonna get going, so I'll see you guys next time. Bye!